Hello, everyone. My name is Pierre Ariano. I'll be your instructor for English 101 online. I just wanted to make a quick video introducing you to the class and to just introduce myself as your instructor. So let's get into it. Let me share my screen as there's a couple things I want to go into. So let's close this. All right, so this is our English 101 course. When you sign into Canvas, you should see something along these lines, something like this, right? I only have one course this summer. As such, this is the only one that's showing up for me, but you click on that course and it'll should get you right here. This is the first thing you should see is this kind of like welcome screen or home screen. This will change weekly, kind of give you a little reminder of what you have to do that week. This is introductions, but the most important thing is when you first sign in, you'll have a couple of things here on the right that tells you the things that are due this week. There's nothing in here now because, of course, class isn't started, but there will be. But the most important thing is to just go over here to modules. This will take you to a place here where you can see what you need to do for each week. For instance, this first week is this video. You got to watch this video. This is the very first thing you want to do to introduce you to this class. Then there's going to be lessons. Please ignore my dogs. And then discussions, usually based off of the lessons or just to get you practice on something. And then a main assignment, right? One thing to note is the due dates of each of these assignments. Keep those in mind, put them in your calendar. The calendar should also have, that is right here, will also show you stuff that is going to be due throughout the weeks. Takes a little while to load. You won't see all this. You'll see all this eventually, but you only see what's due that week or whatever week that assignment is due, okay? But keep that in mind, just something to keep a note of to track all of your assignments that you may have. So that is the main thing to keep in mind. If you get anything else from the video, is always go to modules, always check what's done this week, because this class is online only and we don't meet for lectures or anything like that. You do this work as you can throughout the week. Having said that, don't save up all your work for the last day of any given week, okay? Keep in mind these due dates, as there is penalties for late work, which I'll get into once I get into my syllabus. But just to reiterate, we don't meet as a class. This is just something that you do at your own pace throughout the week. So that is how it's going to go. Once a week is done, you go on to the next class and you'll have week 2 and etc. Okay. But for now, let's go into the syllabus. I'm not going to cover this all in great detail because it would be a way too long video and I don't want that for this introduction video. Big thing to note in the syllabus is 2 links here, email right here. Please email me throughout the quarter, even though we're not meeting, face-to-face or Zoom, whatever. We can still meet whenever you would like, whenever we can set up a time. Just email me. You can also use, of course, Canvas here through this inbox. And then if we do meet through Zoom, this is the link you'll use. Just click on this link. It'll send you to my Zoom room. I will meet you there, of course, with whatever time we set up. So course description is English 101 course, which is the very basic college level English class. You need to make sure you were able to be in this class, which if you already signed up for my class, you're in my class, you're in my Canvas course, you should be in the right place. The big thing is the required text. There is a text you have to buy for this class. It's the Academic Writer 5th edition by Lisa Eid. So let me go ahead and just give you an example of what this is. I'll just go to Amazon here. You can buy this on Amazon, but you can also, of course, get this at our Olympic College library, not library, I'm sorry, Olympic College bookstore. But here's the Academic Writer 5th edition. Make sure it's the 5th edition. It has to be the 5th edition, not the 4th or anything like that. It has to be this one. Please get it as cheaply as possible. Rent it, borrow it, I don't care, whatever, just make sure you have it. I do provide the first chapter, but that's it, only the first chapter. After that, you need the chapter for the rest of the quarter, as there will be assignments tied to this book. So make sure to get this. This is the only thing you have to buy for my class. The other things, of course, is having an OC email account, which you should, access to Canvas, which would be really hard to see this video if you didn't. Here's the assignments. We have multiple assignments and how they're scored. Each of these assignments are going to have their own video, so don't worry so much that I'm not going to cover them here. But we do have quizzes that are pretty simple. there's not that many, and they're all over grammar, so don't worry too much about that. There's no real tests in this class. It's all really about your writing. We'll have online discussions, though, every week, and there's extra credit, which I'll go over here in a second. Here's the grading scale, pretty self-explanatory. The big thing is my class is portfolio-based, meaning that I don't necessarily score you based on your grammar, punctuation, weak thesis. But that I mean, if you have that stuff, of course, I will fix it for you in your paper when I get to look at your papers. But I'm not going to mark you down for them. I'm going to take away like 2 points or whatever. That's not how my classes work. The idea is that you want to develop yourself as a writer throughout my courses. As you do, you will improve until we get to the final portfolio, which of course, again, I'll cover that in its own separate video. One thing to note is that, of course, you must turn in these portfolios. We will go over that in more detail in a second, but here is an overview. Here's an overview of each of the assignments, a quick one. We will have workshops, which you will do through Canvas. Again, I will provide videos for all of this when the time comes, but this is just a quick overview. The big thing is that you don't want to submit your rough drafts late, because if you do, you won't be able to participate in the peer review workshops, which are very, very important, as they provide a lot of points and feedback for each other. Here's the course outcomes. I'm just going to go through these really quickly because these are the things that were kind of our goals for this class. At 1, analyze a variety of texts using critical thinking and rhetorical knowledge, basically understanding how to use multiple things to provide a great understanding of who you're writing to, right? And how well you need to write for that particular audience. Compose responses that demonstrate critical thinking, comprehension, engagement, and connection of ideas of your source materials, using your sources in a way to make a great argument and a point. Compose essays using rhetorical choices to communicate an argument, communicate something effectively, something we're working on a lot in this class. Use conventionals and emerging standards of grammar, punctuation, improve communication using a handbook or other resources when necessary. One of those resources, of course, is going to be your book, but I'll provide others online. Identifying information needs as well as location, credibility of sources. Credible sources is going to be a very important thing in this class. Finding sources online isn't hard. Finding good sources is what you really need to work on. Something that's credible, not just some random blog, right? Demonstrating a recursive writing process individually and collectively, being able to peer review, reflect on your writing plan for whatever it is that you need to write. And of course, use sources effectively when summarizing, paraphrasing, quoting, and appropriating academic citation style, such as APA and MLA. In this class, we will use MLA. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. It's something that we will cover in the second week of class. But an important part of this class is being able to cite and cite correctly. So late work. In this class, I do not, I accept late work, but every day something is turned in late, you will lose 10% of that grade. So I don't have any, so when I have an assignment, I have a due date. It doesn't get locked out. You can turn it in whenever you want. However, like I said, if it's due past any day, it's not a big deal. If it's a day late, you lose 2 points, whatever, right? If it's something with 10 points. But if you turn it in a week after the due date, you're probably going to get a 0 because that's the reduction. This is done automatically by Canvas. I don't want to get any questions or emails being, oh, I have this going on. You know what's going to happen. Okay, if it's, like I said, it's not a big deal if it's turned in a day late. You don't lose that many points. It's automatic, whatever. If something huge happens, maybe, but honestly, there's no reason for you to have a late assignment. I give you the due dates for everything. You should know what is up and coming. So that is my late policy. Please keep that in mind here. Extra credit is available. I'm not going to go over it in too much detail, but basically it's using the e-tutoring link here, and then uploading your papers into the Writing Center. You'll get your papers back with comments. Show me those comments, you get 5 points. There's another additional one here. Please read it at your own leisure. Plagiarism, here's an important one. Plagiarism from Latin word kidnapper is the act of presenting as your own or not properly citing someone else's words, ideas, state, data, or images. Any written or presented work in which plagiarism is found may receive a grade of 0. If the instructor believes plagiarism is to be unintentional, a student may be asked to revise. The work will be graded with at least 1 letter grade deducted. 2 instances of plagiarism may result in a failing grade for the course, so you just will fail automatically. All the following are considered plagiarism: turning in someone else's work as your own, turning an essay you wrote for a previous course. This is self-plagiarism. So please, if you turn in an essay already, even if it was from my course, do not turn in the same essay. You'll have to write a new essay for every every paper you write, especially for any class. Copying words or ideas from someone else without giving credit, failing to put quotation into quotation marks, giving incorrect information about the source of a quotation, changing a few words but copying the sentence structure in some words of a source without giving credit, and of course, a new one, using an AI tool processor like ChatGPT. One thing I want to say about ChatGPT is I will know your writing by the end of this course. If I suspect ChatGPT is being involved, I may ask you to do a Zoom meeting with me where you will have to write a paper right then and there with me to see if the paper that you wrote is indeed yours. It's a very tricky situation. I'm trying to teach you how to write, of course, effectively, and how to write using your own, like you could say, strength or your own writing ability, and that needs to be developed. If you use a ChatGPT AI, it's not helping you here, as you won't really learn the process of what you need to do when it comes to other classes. This is the basic of learning how to write for a college course, and you're learning how to do that here. So no matter what course you take, if they ask for a paper, you know what to do based on what you do here. ChatGPT kind of robs you of this ability to learn from this. So anyways, it's happening. It's there. We're aware of it. So that is part of plagiarism. And if we do catch you twice, it's just an automatic failure, just like regular plagiarism. There's a Turnitin assignment. It automatically checks for ChatGPT and Turnitin. So please be aware of that I do use that. The rest of this is just other stuff that is common to all syllabus stuff that has to be included. Please read this if you need to. But that's the basic gist of the syllabus for this course, and of course, an introduction to this course. I don't think I have much else to say. I don't want to make this video, like I said, too long, so I'm going to leave it at that. Please, of course, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Email is the best. Again, we may not meet ever Zoom, but if we do, this is what you will do and use right here as a Zoom link, okay? If you have any other questions, please let me know. Otherwise, please have a great summer session, and I will see you all online. Goodbye.